almost no one in the research world who I've ever met, even when I was in academia, almost no one is satisfied with the way peer review works. For those listening, when you're in the academic world and you're doing research, and all of your friends and colleagues are doing research too, when I think about every single time I heard someone talk about, oh, I've got my paper, it's under review right now. Oh, how's it going? Almost 100% of the time, the answer is some version of, it sucks. It's terrible. The reviewers aren't doing it right. Blah blah. No, I've never heard anyone once in my life say, the reviewers had some critical things to say, and they're absolutely right, and I changed my mind. And the paper's not getting in, but I learned a lot. And then, of course, there's sort of the business side of this and the exploitative nature that many people would say that the big journals operate with. Can you start to talk about how this became such a big business? Where are they generating all this revenue from? Is it from subscriptions? How is this such a big profitable business?
So just to close our discussion on peer review, I think that there are peer reviews that are constructive. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be so dismissive. Personally, I have had peer reviews on many of my papers where I felt that the paper did improve.
Yeah.
So I feel that I really benefited from that input, sometimes even very negative input. But oh goodness, thank you very much. You picked
Mm-hmm.
some error that I had made, and I hadn't noticed, and now I can fix this. So, and some papers do get substantially improved. So,
Yeah.
so I'm uneasy about just discrediting peer review, and I do acknowledge, nevertheless, that it is a very suboptimal system. It leaves lots of
Mm-hmm.
possibilities of things to go wrong. Now, the publishing system has evolved over the years, and it has become more massive, both in terms of number of journals and in terms of number of papers. And also, it is highly hierarchical. So journals have very strong prestige factors attached to them. And this has been largely been a journal impact factor business,
Yeah.
which basically looks at the average number of citations in the first 2 years after the publication of a paper. It is a flawed metric by many different ways of looking at it. There have been many efforts to try to dismantle it,
Mm-hmm.
to say, no, we're not going to look at it, but goodness, everybody's looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that reinforces both the um, prestige ladder and also the gaming of the system. So people, journals, editors, publishers are just struggling to prevail in a gaming system that is not necessarily aligned with better science, with better research. It is trying to optimize some
Mm-hmm.
numbers that are surrogates, and most of the time they're very poor surrogates,
Yes.
or capture very little of the essence of
Yes.
what we should be interested in. Um, how do you get rid of that? I think that we need to experiment. We need to try many different ways, let many flowers bloom, and see whether some of them may be more successful. It is not like a uniform system. We have new ideas, we have new concepts, we have preprints, for example, where people can post their work um, practically for free. A model that has been very successful in fields like physical sciences, and I think that now it starts becoming more successful, or at least more popular, in biomedical sciences as well. We have models like eLife, where journals are seen mostly as a platform to perform review, hopefully good review, and then the authors may decide to publish their papers regardless of what reviews they get, but they will
Mm-hmm.
have the reviews along with what they publish. And I think that we need to study peer review rigorously to understand uh, what it does, what it does not do,